Everything is good, friends?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
From
So
Yes,
click on button, and what is that? Create repository. Create repository, right? What is that? After then what we did now? After then we enter name, right? You can give, we entered name, right? You can give any name. We can give anything. Enter any name, right? Any name. But what we give? We give RK, right? We give the name as a RK, right? Come on, you can give any name. Name is your choice, friends. Okay. After then what we did? Choose
Public.
public option. Choose public option, right? And what is that? Click
Create. Click on create.
click on create button. Click on create button, right? Create button. Then what is that? How it's look like now? How it's look like now? Then your repositories look like this, right? Yeah, like this. Okay, so now next what we need to do? Next we need to store, what is that? We need to store images inside that repository now, friends. So first we need to develop one application, then we can put it now. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Right now I'm talking now, these things is ready now, friends. Okay, these things is ready now, but still how we can push the images inside this repository? First we need to, what is that? Code, right? And we need to convert that code in the jar na. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Please involve in the session, friends. Okay, give the reply.
yeah.
yeah.
Are like you guys are losing the interest, like session is boring, then I will make it like
No,
little bit curious our session. Don't worry, if the people are feeling bored, right, just tell me, friends. Okay, if you guys are telling me, then definitely I will make the session interactive, right? So yeah, so here what is that? Dev machines are there, right? And so we need to do, what is that? First we need to do these setups, right? So already these setups are there in our machine, right?
Yes, sir.
So simple, what I'm going to do now? Simple, I'm going to write, what is that? One application, friends. So okay, you can write our web application or you can write our REST application, right? So let's REST application, right? REST controller I'm writing. REST controller only I'm writing, right? After then what? After writing this REST controller, what we will do it now, friends? What we will do it now? We will build, right? We will build, right? In which format we will? You can build in the jar also, or you can build in the var also, right? Var also. After then what we will do it now? After then we will push inside that. After we will push inside that what? This jar and what we will convert in the image, and what we will do it now? We will push in the Docker. But what is that? Is still Jenkins concept I'm not explained now, friends. So that's why what I'm doing now. Hey, Jenkins, I explained. No, explained or no?
no, no,
Okay,
no.
don't worry, in future you will get. Okay, so still, right, still we not explained, right? So what is that? In the real time what we are doing now, this we are converting this jar, and now this process only. Today we will do these two process only, but in the future, friends, and the real time what things is happening, I'm telling, right? So in the real time what we are doing now, this jar and var, we are first, what is that? No, here what is that? GitHub, right? This code, whatever code we are doing, right? Whatever code we are doing now, we are pushing inside that git, right? We are pushing inside that git, right? And what is that? Our git, what is the responsibility of our, what is that? Jenkins, right? Continuously our Jenkins is taking the code from the git. Continuously Jenkins is taking the Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Oh yeah.
Jenkins.
Jen.
Jenkins.
1 minute. I'm forgetting one. Yeah, Jenkins, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Jenkins, right? Jenkins, what is the Jenkins is doing now? What is the Jenkins is doing now? Jenkins is what is,
CI/CD pipeline.
yeah, Jenkins is taking that, what is that, all code and converting, building in the jar and a var, and it's putting inside that, what is that? It's putting inside that, what is that, Docker. Then it's
And Docker Hub.
yeah, it's putting inside that Docker, right? Docker. So Docker, so means what is that, this concept, like taking from the Git to Jenkins, right? Jenkins, that is called what? That is called, what is that, CI. And what is that, after then converting, building that jar in the var and putting inside that Docker is nothing but, what is that, CD.
CD.
Continuous in what is that, continuous integration
Continuous
and a
integration.
continuous deployed,
Yes.
right?
Deployments.
Continuous deployment. Clear, friends?
Yes.
So now let's create one REST controller, simple REST controller. I'm creating, friends, right? So new file, take, what is that,
Okay.
right click, let's take new Spring Starter project, right?
Yes, sir.
So here what I'm doing now, let's take Spring Boot Docker, right? Spring Boot Docker.
Yeah.
Let's take 1.0 version, right? So Spring Boot Docker. Now next select, what is that, select Spring Web.
Web.
Spring Web only, right? Later we will understand about that MySQL database. Just simple I'm writing that. Okay. This one only, right? Yeah. So fine. Now inside that, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to write one controller, friend, right? Just simple REST controller I'm writing, and I'm returning one message only. I'm not going to develop big application, right? Because we need to deploy only, right, in the Docker itself only.
yes.
So here what I'm doing now, REST controller, here. Let's take user REST controller. Now finish it. Okay, good. Yeah. So fine. Now, so here what I'm going to do now, @REST controller. REST controller. Inside that simple one, I'm taking one method, right? So public string show data, right? So data, inside that, what I'm returning now, return welcome to RK Technologies, right? So here I'm taking, what is that, @get mapping. Inside that, let's take, what is that, show data, so only show. Okay, so this is our controller. So next step, what we need to do now, come in the explanation only, right? Come inside that explanation only. So here, what is that? After developing, just what is that we coded, right? Our code is ready now. We need to convert in the jar na? Come on.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Right, we need to convert in the jar. Okay, don't think about now, you don't think about that server and MySQL. Later again we will understand those things, right? Just simple, we need to convert these things also inside that, what is that, image format itself only. So how we can convert this application in the jar and a var? How we can convert this application in the jar and a var? So we need to right click, right? We need to click, what is that? First, what we need to do, we need to click, let's click right click, run as a, sorry, run as a first. What we need to do, first we need to clean it. First we need to clean it, right? First we need to clean it. Build success na, come on.
Yeah.
Next, what we need to do, right click on the project. See, still target folder is empty. See, there is nothing inside that, right? Nothing inside the target. See, like expendable mark is not there on the target folder, right?
Yes, sir.
So right click, now run as a, what is that, Maven install.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, build is successful na friends, come on, right? Please respond.
Oh, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so now refresh our project, I refresh. Now see this target folder, right? Inside that, what is that? Spring Boot Docker 1.0 version 1 jar file is created or not? Come on,
Created.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
created.
Yeah, so now let's write the step also, because I will share this one. This one is the important, friends. Okay, that's why I'm writing each and everything, and I'm saying that I will share it. Okay, I'll share these files. Okay, you guys can practice it now itself only. So what is that? First, what is that? Right click, right click, right click on project, right click on project, and what is that? What we need to run, friends? Run Maven, right? Run Maven clean,
In project.
clean, right? And after then, what we need to do again? Right click again,
Have an install.
again we need to, what is that? Run Maven install,
Yes, sir.
Maven install, right? After then, what we need to do? We need to, what is that? Again, we need to right click on the project. Again, we need to right click on the project, and what we need to do? We need to refresh. Refresh, right? Refresh. Then what is that? Under target folder, right? Under target folder, what will happen now, friends? Under target folder, what will happen? One jar file will generate, right? One jar file will generate. Okay, so if anyone know that how we are running the jar files, friends? Anyone know that? Don't worry, if you don't know, I'll tell. Okay, but what is that? Activate yourself, right? So fine. Now, so just what I'm doing now, right click, go to properties, right? Here, go in the where the exact location is there, right? So Spring Boot Docker is there, right? Here, what I'm doing now, see this, inside the Tomcat server also build. So open the command from in the target folder itself only, right? See microservices new microservices new Spring Boot Docker target image I opened, right? So what is the command now? Java hyphen jar. Java hyphen jar, right? After then what we need to do? We need to take what is that? That jar file. That jar file, right? That jar file is Spring Boot Docker dot 1.0 dot jar only. It is this one only generated now. Serious? The same name, so same name with extension. What is the extension? Dot jar. If we click, right, and if we enter hit button, like I'm hitting that. See here on the command from Spring Boot, it's now see our application is up now. If you want to make the request on the browser, now come here. So here what is that? HTTP colon localhost by default, because we did not took any port number. So by default, what is the port number? 8080 now friends, come on.
Yes.
8080. And what is the URI we took on the top of that method? So right now
Yes, yes.
hit that. Now on the browser what we are getting now? We are getting the result or not? Welcome to RK Technologies. Come here. What I wrote, just I build now. I'm not running on the Eclipse ID. These messages only we are getting on the browser or not? Come on.
Yes, Ravi. This message will get.
Right, so don't worry, this step will come friends. That's why I explain. This is the not, it's not meaning that I'm showing my talent in front of you people. I know this concept. No, based on this one something is there. That's why I explained. Otherwise everyone know that after building that how we are running the jar, right? But something is there. That's why I explained, right? So now come here. Okay, I'm writing the steps friends. Okay, first now what is that? Under target folder, target folder, we can what is that? We can find our project jar or var, right? So how we ran now, how we ran our like jar. Okay, this is the command only we used, right? So now okay, run on what is that? cmd, run on cmd. How we are running now? Using what is that? Java hyphen jar and a jar file, right? And a jar file. Okay friends, now next step what we need to do? We need to what is that? Convert these things in the images on. Nah, come on. Without converting in the image, how our Docker will understand? Come on, because this is the what is that? Is still this is the jar file, right? So after then what is that?
Yeah.
These things we done. These things we done, and we binded in the Tomcat server also in this jar only, right? So we need to convert in the image.
Yes.
We need to convert these things in the image, right?
Right.
Yeah, so let's convert in the image, right? Let's convert in the image format. This jar, let's convert in the image format. Converting, right? Converting in what is that? Image, right? Converting in the image. Okay, so how we can convert? Now go on the Eclipse ID, right? So this is the project, right? This is the project, right? Our project, this one. Right click on this project, go in the new, and what we select one file, and the file name must be how I'm writing. File name must be, right? First is what is that? Capital letter docker and a file. Like this only you should write, right? You also write the same only, otherwise what is that? Our like file will not recognize. Now finish it. So under the project, one Docker file is created or not? Come on.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Right? So now inside this file we need to what? We need what is that? Put some things, right? So what is that? Come inside that Docker, right? So Docker, inside that what is that? In the Docker, what is that? all Tomcat, as well as what is that, JDK, everything will come, right? So here I'm going to use what is that, open JDK or open JDK, right? Open JDK, right? Open JDK. If you read this instruction, right, just what is that, open JDK is came now. Now click on that just for the reading sake only, right? I'm giving. So if you read that, right, all instruction will come on this one. Okay, how we can use it. So here what is that, images versions, right? Open JDK, how we can create like this. This is the syntax is there, right? Like this from the 12 onward, open JDK, right? From the 12 onward, this will work, right? For the, because we are using JDK 8, right? So don't worry about that, we will create it like how, what is the syntax now, JDK version, right? JDK version, but from, yeah, from onward, right? From here saying that from onward means what is that, after then from we will write from, after then open JDK, and version name we will specify, what is that, version name. So yeah, so here just read it, start Java instance in your application, right? So how we can write, so from open JDK, right? If we want to specify the version of what is that, our Java, then come inside that, what, come inside this file, paste it, right? From open JDK, right? But we worked on what is that, JDK 8, right? So just remove this one, make this one as a 8, make this one as a 8, means what is that, whatever image will generate, right, those image will be comfortable for what is that, JDK 8 version, right? Come on. So
Yes, sir.
I want what is that, some temporary path, right? Value some temporary path in our, what is that, in the some temporary port number on the port I want to run our application. Then what we will give, volume space, everything most important, friends. Okay, slash, let's give what is that, temp, means temporary folder. I want to generate what is that, one temporary folder. After then what, on which port number, if you want to give your own number, port number also, but the by default it's running on the, by default our application is running what is that, 8080 na, come on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
to specify the port number, what is that, what we will give it now, friends, we will give what is the expose, what is that, space, what is that, 8080, right? Now after then what we need to do, after then what is that, what is the target jars, right? Which one we need to run, we need to run what is that, this is the jar, right? In the target folder that jars are there na, come on, in the target folder this jar, right? So
Alright.
please switch off your camera.
Camera.
Yeah, camera is on, please switch off your camera, actually it's disturbing for others also no? So fine, thank you. No, still it is there, who's that, please recognize that, which one, please nominate that person, anyone, who's that, 1 minute.
Overtake solution.
Which solution?
Overtake solution, please.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
expose 8080, right? Expose what is that, 8080 na. So in which target folder is it is there na. So add, what we will do it now, add space, what is that, target, TARGET na, target, everything must what is that, match, friends, right? After then what is the jar name, friends, Spring Boot Docker, right? Spring Boot Docker, right? Right click here, refactor, okay, copy this everything here, because nothing, if anything mistake is there, then our application will not work, right? Not work. Okay, now this one is ready for that, right? If you want to give our own name, give a space, give alias name, right? Give alias name. Okay, let's give the, I'm giving alias name also the same only itself only here, right? Now next, what we need to do, how we ran now, how we ran on the command from this application. What is that? Java space jar, after then we given that, what is that?
Application name, jar name.
Jar name,
Jar
right?
name.
Jar name. Okay,
Yeah.
so to if we then we need to specify that one also, right? So what is that? Enter, sorry, entry type,
Entry type also.
entry type, right? Entry type, no, entry type, no, entry point is there, right? ENTRYPOINT. Spelling is correct now, friends? Please check it, otherwise it will not work now. So
Yes, yes.
entry point,
Yes,
right?
right.
We want to give, what is that? Entry point. After then what we need to give is space, one space.
Jar name.
After then inside this, right, inside the double quote, what we need to give? Java. We need to give, what is that? Java. After then comma, again double quote, what is that? Hyphen jar we took na, hyphen jar we took, series, hyphen jar we took. After then project name, right? So hyphen jar, right? Hyphen jar. After then what? After then inside that, what we need to give? We need to give that jar name, right? Then we need to give, what is that? Jar name, executable jar name, right? Executable jar name. Now this is the, this things is ready now, friends, right? These things is ready now. Okay. After then what next, what we need to do? Friends, we need to download, what is that? And install Docker tool in our local. Again, after doing these things, right, after doing these things, what we need to do? We need to install, what is that? Let's say stop this one, Control C. After then what we need to do? Just a minute. Yeah, so actually small kids are there, na? Those are, they are disturbing, so that's why. Okay, so fine now. Yeah, so next what we need to do? We need to install, what is that? Docker tool in our local. We need to install, what is that? Docker tool. Already I installed, but don't worry, right? Chrome. Okay, here what we need to do? We need to go, what is that? We need to go, what is that? One minute, friends. Today I don't know. Hello. Okay, madam, I'll call you back. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So after then what we need to do? We need to install what? We need to install
Concrete.
what? Sorry. We need to install, what is that? Docker tool, right? Docker toolbox, right? Toolbox. So what is that? Docker toolbox. Okay, so don't go, right? Just what is that? Yeah. So he anywhere git, because there we will get, what is that? Easily that Dockers. Yeah. So this github.com is there now, friends. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Just what is that? Whenever you will enter, what is that? Docker tool, right? Docker tool. And what is that? The Docker tool, inside that, what is that? github.com will come. Click on that. Right? So here, what is that? So many things you will get. So here, what is that? Just do one thing. slash what you need to do, release, right? After then what, if you hit enter, right? If you hitting enter, right? So here what is that, here you will get, right, here multiple things you will get here. Docker toolbox, you need to, don't download package, download what is that, Docker toolbox exe file, right? Click, if you are clicking on that, right, it will start downloading, right? So in my local it's already downloaded, same things only I downloaded, friends, right? Same things only I downloaded. So open the folder. Here what is that, already this one is there na.
Download. Then it will delete.
So just nothing but what is that, after downloading that, just if you click next finish, that's it. Okay, it will little bit, it will take time, but don't worry, just next finish only. After then what is that, you will get this one, right? Next finish, next finish option only you need to do, friends. Okay, nothing extra things. You after downloading this jar, if you clicking on that, double click, it will start downloading. If any whatever things is asking, just next finish only. These things only you need to do, nothing extra things you need to do inside that. Okay, after then, after installation, what you need to do, double click on that Docker quick start terminal. It will take little bit time. Okay, till now I will give the locations also, right? This is the git URL. Okay, so what is the what things we need to follow, let's write it, because that one will take time. So create one Docker file, right? Create one Docker file. How we can create, right click on project, new and file, select file, right? And what is that, in the file, right, in the file what we need to enter it now, in the file you need to enter file home as a, what is that, Docker file, right? After then what we need to do, we need to enter details, right? What is the details now, friends? These are the details we need to put inside that file. These details we need to enter in that file, right? After then what we need to do, we need to download, after then what we need to do, download, what is the download and install, Docker toolbox, right? Docker toolbox. Download link. What is the link now? I'm giving the link also. Copy this one and paste it, right? After then what is that? Double click on that jar. Double click on Docker quick start terminal, right? Double click, just now I clicked, right? So see, now our Docker terminal is started, friends, right? On which port number it's started? 192.168.99.100, right?
Yes, Ravi.
Means what is that? It started in, like our, what is that? Docker toolbox terminal is started. Just what I did now, just I double clicked only, right? Double clicked here itself only. Just what I did, double clicked on this terminal and it's started, right? After getting that, what we need to do? We need to, what is that? This one is what location it's pointing? C drive, right? C drive program file Docker toolbox, right? Come on.
Yes, Ravi.
But we need to change, right? We need to change, what is that things in, what is that, our what is that, our what, our this, where that file, yeah, we need to change on this, what is that, this location, right? This location, what is the location? Go on the property and come here, right? So this is the Docker file, right? This is the
Yes.
Docker file, right? So this is the location, right? So copy this location and come here on the terminal, right? I need to change, what is that, location of what, this pointing cursor, right? This pointing cursor. So what we need to do, cd space, and on this location that files are there, right? So what we need to do now, slash, make this one, this slash, right? This is the forward slash or backward slash?
Forward, Ravi.
Yeah, forward,
Forward.
right? Now hit it. Now we came, right? We came in the e microservices Spring Docker, in Spring Docker folder, right? Our cursor is pointing in this location now, na? Come on.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So next step, what we need to do? Next step, what we need to do? Change location. Change location to, what is that, project folder, right? Folder. Okay, fine. So after then, what is that? After entering in that location, what we need to do? We need to create Docker image, right? Now next step, what we need to do? We need to create, what is that? Create
Need to create a job.
Docker image. We need to create, what is that? Docker image, right? So what is the Docker image creating command now, friends? So command is, what is that? Docker now build Docker build -f. After then, what is the file name we took? Docker file, right? This name only we took, na? Space -t
Yes.
tag, right? -t. After then space, what is that? Whatever name you will give, based on that one, it will generate, what is that? It will generate what? It will generate that image, right? So but then, like, every letter should be small letter. If you take any letter as a capital, then our Docker toolbar box is giving, what is the toolbar is giving what issue. So what is that? Let's take, what is that? Spring boot Docker, right? Same name only. I'm taking all things is a small only, right? So what we need to do? Let's run this command on what? Docker toolbox
Docker.
command, right? Now I'm pasting this one. Now I'm hitting in the enter. Yeah. So now what it's saying now, Docker will require exactly one argument. See, Docker build -h. Something is missing, right? Something is wrong. What is the wrong?
Yes.
Docker build hyphen